no veas, a Sevilla. Y al último que cuando ya salió la bien de regla.
It is Friday on Raid Shadow Legends, but you knew that. Now, while I'm a little bit behind Haiti Boy and co, we have received news on the next two champions that are being buffed in the game. The first of which is Mountain King, who is a very, very old champion at this point. He hits a single target for damage, and that's pretty much all he does. He's the slowest champion in the game, but he's also got the highest HP of any champion in the game, and the highest base resistance from back when Dwarves had that, a trait they seem to have lost. 50 resistance, 50, yeah, they don't do it anymore. And the other one is Blind Seer, who is probably the most outdated champion in the game, both in terms of actual kits and in terms of looks. Like, really, what's going on with this skin here? Why is there just like bits of strands of spiky hair and whatnot? And yeah, she could really use a facelift at some point. She does have a higher speed tier in the game, 115, but that really isn't that special anymore nowadays. There are many, many supports who have this. So what I'm going to do is, because I respect your time, is instead of myself going over what skills are buffed each after every one of them, I'll just put them on the screen like this, so you can pause and read them. Then the one for Blind Seer. And now you've done that, let's go through that then, shall we? So starting off with Mountain King again. Yes, he is better now, but is he someone I would be pulling for because, you know, I don't have him? The answer is no. So they haven't really fixed either of his core issues, where he only really hits one person at a time for a single hit in a meta where hitting someone once generally doesn't actually kill them. And he doesn't really defend himself very well. Sure, he's immune to block actives and decreased attack, and he does have an extra turn, but both of his single targets are still on a 4-turn cooldown. So resetting the cooldown, well, reducing the cooldown of enchant attacks by 2 turns is nice, but yeah. Also, regarding his passive, you may think that increased attack by 50% twice is good, but here's the attack multipliers for Mountain King skills. As you can see, they are more weighted on HP than attack, so it's not really doubling his damage, it's adding a bit more onto it. Sure, it does add up, but yeah. So he's still just an arena champ in a way. Sure, he might smack a single target pretty hard in like hard factional or something, but there are many options for that, and especially the new fusion waves coming out will probably do a much better job. Also, in terms of Dwarven attack champions who hit single targets for a lot, there is Uzol of the Jade, who is apparently the extra turn god who does catastrophic amounts if he gets this 100% ignore defense. And he's also on the current 2x plus 10x. Am I pulling for him? No, I'm not going to. Yes, I know 81 sacreds, but I'm saving them for something like I did last time, which didn't work very well. And regarding Blind Seer, this one kind of confused me a little bit, because this checked accuracy when I feel like at this point this effect just should not be able to be resisted, because there's no reasonable accuracy on their kit. This doesn't do damage, this doesn't do damage or place debuffs, so this as a A2 is kind of still a bit sad. She doesn't cleanse or deal with heal reduction, so if you're under block buffs or heal reduction, or even just CC, she's not going to do anything about that. And in terms of revive, on the 4-turn cooldown, it's a bit better, but yeah. And they cut this from 15% to 10%, like it would have been broken at 15. So there's one other champion I want to look at in terms of attacks 3 times at random, cuts their turn meter, and that is, where is she? Allure. And this is an epic. And this doesn't even need books, so I don't really know what's happening here. Now, sure, Demon Spawn, Affinity, Attack Epic compared to Dark Elves, Void, Support Legendary. I know that there's differences there, but at the same time, keeping it at 15% or even above it at 20% would not have broken the game in half. We have things like Nace the Shadow Thief, who, when the game loads what he looks like, whether you're cutting his turn meter by 10% or 15%, it's not going to matter too much. He's still going to put his counter attack on you that is got block damage and counter attack down your entire team while healings are full. Like, that's not going to change anything there. Also, there are still some people who think that Nace is not very good. I was wrong on him. Many people were. So, the point is here is, like, you're thinking, what am I getting at? Basically, it comes down to, yes, these champions have been buffed. Are they meta? No. Are they going to be someone that you're going to kind of try and summon for? No. They're just, if you had them, they're a bit better than they were. You're not going to use them in any other areas that you weren't using them in the first place. And yes, they're kind of meaningless buffs in a way. Now, as I've said before, it is not in defense of Plarium, or as I like to mock some of the complainers, Paylamium. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but that's like part of the appeal of it. Is we don't have to make any of these champions like better. Like, sure, Gallius Bloodcrest got buffed last month, so now he has permanent unstoppable in his alternate form. I mean, it's easier to call it unstoppable than saying immune to this and this and that and things, and you get the idea. And then Norog, who also had the same thing. Wait, where is he? Oh yeah, I have him. And his A2 was kind of better, but he's not going to be like an arena god or anything now. He's just, if you have Norog, like I do, okay, now he's a bit better. Great. So, yeah, for anyone who is disappointed in the buffs and thinks, oh, they're buffs for the sake of buffs, you'd be correct. That's kind of what they are. Hey, you're not going to see them anywhere that you weren't already, and yeah, that's kind of it, really. So this is a bit of a talky episode. I didn't really have too much to say that you probably haven't heard elsewhere. So now said my piece. I'm going to let you go. So, see ya.